had a dream. When I got to Africa, I had one hell of a rumble. I had to beat Tarzan's behind first for claiming to be the king in the jungle. For this fight, I've wrestled with alligators. I've tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning and put thunder in jail. You know I'm bad. I have murdered a rock. I injured a stone, and I hospitalized a brick. I'm so bad I make medicine sick. I'm so fast, man, I can run through a hurricane and don't get wet. When George Foreman meets me, he'll pay his debt. I can drown a drink of water and kill a dead tree. Wait till you see Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest boxers of all time, was as famous for his fights outside the ring as those inside it. In 1967, Ali made headlines worldwide by refusing to be drafted into the Vietnam War. But why did he make this controversial decision? Today, we'll explore the personal, political, and social reasons behind Ali's refusal and the profound impact it had on American society. The 1960s were a turbulent time in American history. The Vietnam War had become deeply unpopular, civil rights protests were at their peak, and the nation was grappling with issues of race, inequality, and militarism. Against this backdrop, Muhammad Ali, then the heavyweight champion of the world, found himself at the center of a storm. Central to Ali's refusal was his faith. After converting to Islam in the early 1960s, Ali became a member of the Nation of Islam and adopted the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. For Ali, his faith was more than a personal belief. It was a guiding force in his life. The Nation of Islam opposed participation in what they saw as an unjust war, and Ali's stance reflected this conviction.
I will not go 10,000 miles from here to help murder and kill another poor people simply to continue the domination of white slave masters.
Ali also saw the Vietnam War as an extension of the racial injustice faced by African Americans at home. He openly criticized a system that sent black men to fight and die for a country that denied them basic rights. This connection between domestic racism and foreign policy resonated with many in the civil rights movement. Ali refused induction into the US Army on April 28, 1967. The consequences were immediate and severe. He was stripped of his heavyweight title, banned from boxing for several years, and faced the possibility of imprisonment. Ali was unapologetic, stating that his conscience and faith would not allow him to participate in the war.
It has been said that I have two alternatives. Either go to jail or go to the army. But I would like to say that there is another alternative. And that alternative is justice. And if justice prevails, I will neither go to the army nor will I go to jail.
Ali's refusal polarized public opinion. While many admired his courage, others saw him as unpatriotic. Over time, however, his stance was increasingly vindicated as the war grew more popular. Ali's defiance became a symbol of resistance and integrity, inspiring future generations to question authority and stand up for their beliefs. In 1971, the Supreme Court overturned Ali's conviction for draft evasion in a unanimous decision, recognizing the validity of his religious objection. By then, Ali had returned to boxing and was well on his way to reclaiming his title. But his impact extended far beyond sports. Muhammad Ali's refusal to fight in the Vietnam War was not just a moment in time. It was a powerful statement about morality, justice, and the role of the individual in challenging societal norms. It solidified his legacy as more than a boxer. He became a global symbol of courage and conviction. Ali once said, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on Earth." His decision to stand against the Vietnam War, despite the cost to his career and reputation, exemplifies that principle. Ali's story reminds us that the greatest fights are often those fought for our values. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the life of Muhammad Ali. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth stories about history's most iconic figure.